Next up is the best local band gig that we saw in 2017. It's again, what gig from a local or at least Australian band impressed you the most this year? And Nikki has brought a prop, so she has to go first.
All right then. I'm going to start with the story, if I may, Andrew.
Okay, come forward.
I'll make it quick.
Squeeze in.
All right. I made myself a New Year's resolution last year to see as many bands as I possibly could for the year ahead because music gives me joy and I'd had a pretty shitty time previously. So I ended up seeing 33 gigs and 114 bands.
Okay, yeah.
That's a top effort.
So to pick a winner out of that was pretty freaking hard.
No shit.
I have an honourable mention and I have an actual one, and this is where the props will come in. And those of you who are observant are going to be really intrigued because one of the support bands features in both. So, honourable mention. Oh, by the way, I steal band posters. Unless I get Brad from Massive to steal it for me. Honourable mention. Yes. Old Kin, I think we knew I fell in love with them that night. And Sonic Circus, might have heard of them. So that's the honourable mention. And
this is a night of my life.
It was bloody nice to put that as second, let me tell you. But the night that truly I cannot top, Lazarus Mode, Ragdoll, and Sonic Circus. April 21 at the Cherry Bar, and this is how much I love this gig. I could not steal a poster because there was not one to steal. So I begged Jake from Lazarus Mode to send me the artwork so I could get it printed, and I believe a young lady in the audience might also have a copy. Thank you.
Thank you.
So well done, Sonic Circus. 2 mentions, Jimmy.
We are not going to be able to live with him after this.
I reckon the Pies are a big chance of the flag this year, Andrew.
You're getting outdone tonight, mate.
This is all happening. I reckon.
Oh, let's hope so. Just to bring things into balance. Go on, Nick.
Just scratch my head for a second.
Tim. Come on, Tim.
Mine was actually at the Evelyn. And the opening bands were an acoustic performance from Carly Jewell, and then we had Blacklist and Cicada Stone, and headlined by Crystal Knight from Bellasura. That was an insane gig, and Crystal is just such a good front for a band, and she just makes the crowd in the palm of her hands.
Yep, I agree with that. Nick?
Look, I've got 2 honourable mentions. The first one is the Mighty Baby Animals at the Max Watts Bar.
Yes.
Great gig.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, actually, I think. I can't remember. So many gigs this year. The next one is the man to my right, Mr. Dennis. We've had Legions of Steel.
That's this gig here.
As far as local festival lineup things go, that was the best I've seen. Every band put on a stellar performance. Harlot blew everyone off. Look, Harlot was probably the band of the night for me, along with Espionage or Loved as well. Just a great gig. Not only that, but to see a lot of people come out and was it sold out, Dennis? I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Sold out twice.
Sold out twice. So yeah, sold out gig. All local bands as well, which great to see that as well. The top gig of the year for me is the same as Nikki, Lazarus Mode's album launch. Yes. So first time I saw.
Don't you want this?
His stuff I prepared earlier. I couldn't find one, so I had to steal one, and fuck, what happened? That gig. That was my first time seeing Jimmy in Sonic Circus live. The man, besides being a great MC, is a great front man. So,
Andrew. Hang on, I just got to scratch my head.
No. And also,
you're going to want every minute of this to show
Look out, everybody in the first 5 rows may get wet. Bring out the drip tray.
just Sonic Circus was a great band. Awesome guitarist in the band. Love your guitarist. What is it, right?
Vic.
Is that his name? Yep.
Vic.
Him. Yes, Ragdoll for me, band of the night. Really got into them. Like I say, they're absolute freaks on stage. I was actually looking around to see if there was someone playing off stage or there were backing tracks because I couldn't believe the sound that a 3-piece gets live. Excellent band. And Lazarus Mode, just really fun band to watch, and they really brought a really family atmosphere to it because it was Cherry Bar, it was packed out, and it was probably the gig of the year for me.
Nice.
Great gig. Great night.
Great lines, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Find a way in there somewhere.
2nd of June, Corner Hotel, Electric Mary, Dead City Ruins, Dirt River Radio, To Kill a Mockingbird. Seminal gig, because that was the very last show that Estelle Atois ever played as the front woman or the front person of that band. And that was the last time that all three of them were together. Well, no, that's not entirely true. But it was the very first time that, or the last time that Estelle was in the band. So a seminal, very, very important gig. And it was kick-ass.
It was. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's all right. I'm liking hearing the people in the audience that have been to that too, obviously. Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, here's one I created earlier.
Yeah. No, my... Yeah. Yeah, fine. No, my favourite, it was more of a set than a gig in a way. Like, I thought, obviously Legions of Steel is always brilliant. But the THRS gig was fantastic too, and there was a band on there called Damnation's Day, right? And I heard the album and all that, and I thought the album was really good, and I thought, geez, I wonder if they could pull this off live, especially the vocals. Yeah. And I stood at the back of the stage next to the drummer when they were playing, and it just blew me away. I couldn't believe how good he was live. Fantastic gig, fantastic set by that band. That was the one that grabbed me for the year.
Nice.
I swear I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon. Lazarus Mode, Cherry Bar, their album launch. First time I got to see Jimmy's band, Sonic Circus. That opened up the night really fucking well. Ragdoll, they always deliver. It's like the third or fourth time I've seen them. They are an amazing band. So and Lazarus Mode was just a great, successful, full house album launch. It was a great night.
I obviously am not allowed to say Legions of Steel Festival because I organised it, or Scorching Steel Festival, or Heavy Metal Halloween, or the Hard Rock Show Extravaganza. But Churches of Steel in Adelaide, yes, there's lots of steel gigs.
The only one you didn't organise.
I did play it though. Chris McEwen of Hidden Intent organised it. He asked me for my blessing to use the words of steel, and I'm like, I didn't make these fucking words up. Use one, whatever. Great gig. Also, Hell in the Bay.
Yeah.
I had the fucking best time, and I didn't.
Dennis likes to get boat drunk.
I didn't see one band, but it's still one of my favourite gigs. So there's that.
Let's pull that up.
Yeah, I was the same as Byron. June 2nd, Corner Hotel.
Wow.
For anyone that says the music's not as good as it was, doesn't go see live music.
Yeah.
That is for world-class bands playing at a world-class venue, and it was fucking sensational. So, yeah, that's it.
Nice. Now, I didn't get to many gigs in 2017. It was a very big and busy year for a number of reasons, and as such, that's something that Jody and I didn't get to do a lot of in 2017, but we will be doing that very differently. We'll be unfucking that in 2018. So, of course, we have the obligatory mentions to Legions of Steel and the Hard Rock Show's End of Year Extravaganza, both fantastic gigs. But on top of that, though, I'd like to give an honourable mention to gigs I do go to, or managed to get to. The first was Delacoma headlined the Rockstar Bar in Frankston. It was a fucking great gig, man. It was a great gig. We did interviews on the night and stuff, but I also got to see Delacoma in full flight with the whole band there and Jason playing on stage with him, which was fucking fantastic. Ablaze were a lot of fun. Even though you had some audio difficulties on the night, you still fucking smoked it. That was really well done. We had, how do you think I fund this thing? We had Wasted and Wind were a young band, and they were actually a lot of fun to live. And I also got my first taste of Cicada Stone live, but it was an acoustic set from them, which was really cool. The other one for me was Crystal headlining the Evelyn Hotel with support from Cicada Stone, Ablaze again, and Zenith Mood. Zenith Moon were another new band I've not seen before. They were really cool. Heap of potential there. Ablaze always fun. That's one thing you can guarantee with those guys is you're going to have a good time. Yeah. And the other one was my first taste of the full Cicada Stone experience with the full electric lineup. That was really cool. And then topping it off was Crystal. And I forget, was it Tim that said it before? Yeah. Fuck, she's an amazing performer live, and she just goes from strength to strength to strength. If you haven't seen Crystal live, you really fucking should. She just gets to get better on the journey. But my favourite, though, wasn't a gig per se. It does qualify because it was live music, though. We had Dirt River Radio come into the studio in 2017, and it was not only the biggest interview I've ever done with all 6 members of the
they're all
band there. It was fucking insane.
Yes.
We collectively polished off a slab, and then the band proceeded to do some acoustic numbers in the studio, which I've got on file and I'll release this year. I've always been impressed by their live show, but seeing them when it was literally me, the cameras, and the band, and that's it.
Yeah, that would have been
fucking
awesome.
amazing,
Yeah.
and it was one of those experiences that's going to stay with me because the music was great. They were fun. They were bantering, and it was all those little things in between. You never really get to get away with at a gig, but you got to see them like they were doing a full-blown live rehearsal, and it was a really cool experience. So I can't top that, and I do wish
They're
more
a
people.
world-class band.
Yeah.
Absolutely world-class.
Yep, I agree with that, and I wish more people were there to see that moment. But hopefully, when I release footage this year, they will. Anyway, on to the next one.